Hi guys, today is the 30th of October 2024 and as you know I did a little repair on the sill on George the other day, and today I got a few hours spare, so I thought I'd have a go at doing something with the door. As you can see, I took the card off the inside. I've been having a bit of a poke about. Probably see through there the daylight through the bottom. Holes in the front. Now yesterday we went and had a look at that place where I said we saw a Morris Minor. The guy's got a few bits and pieces for Moggies. He did have a couple in his workshop, but he said all the doors he's got are for 4-door cars, so he had nothing I needed. Right, so we'll start by saying again, George is rat moggy anyway, so I'm not too worried. I just don't like too much rot. I don't mind a bit of rust here and there. Right, so this, if you remember, was filled right across here, and I knocked it all out here. Well, that was all cracked and fallen out, to be honest, but I've been having to chip away here, look, and it's not actually through, so I better do something with that. And to do the bottom, I think it'll be easier if I can get this door off. Sometimes they're a bugger to get off, and I have had them before where I've undone these bolts and the plate behind where this bolting has dropped down, and that's just caused me a huge headache. So I'm still debating whether to take it off or not. So I'll have a little think and see what to do. You can see the rust down there where I've been knocking about. The only other way is lay on the floor and try and do something with the bottom, but it's pretty rough under there. I think I'd rather get the door off. I got a little bit of a sore throat, you can probably hear in my voice, but feel okay, so let's get something done. Right, so we've removed most of the bolts. It's just hanging on by these two. Like I said, there's a plate behind there where they screw in, and I have took one off before and it's dropped down and you're stuffed. So I'm just waiting for some help to hold the door, and we'll get this one off. Oh well, the door's off and the little plates stayed in place. Like I said, I've had took one off before, and the plate has dropped down. That gave me a right headache, because you just can't get to it, but all's good there. So there's the door. It's off, you know what the front is like. So this is the bottom where it's gone, and it's pretty rough, and as you can see, patch panels been on it before. It's probably been repaired a few times, that you can see them. But like I said, I'm not after making it really nice. Just want to make it a bit more strength in it and looking a bit better. So I'm fed up with the rust falling out of that every time I open it. That's why I had all the tape on it. And I'm just going to put it onto here, and I'll show you. Well, you can probably see from here actually where it's gone through on there. You can buy parts to do these doors. The easiest thing would have been is just to change the door, but obviously I haven't got one yet. I might still consider that, but let's see if we can do anything with this. Right, so as you can see, we cut the bottom off the door where all the rust was. Still got some cleaning up to do, but got the main bits off, which is down there, look. Like I say, it's been repaired before, maybe even twice, who knows. The answer really would be another door, but we ain't got one, so we're going to make do with this one. It's a bit close to the edge there. See, the skin would have come round and folded over. You can see this lip here where it's folded over, but and then the inside's been tacked to this lip, but because it's so rusty there's not much what's going to hold, so I'm just going to have to do best I can for the time being until eventually we get another door. At least we can tidy it up and stop all this rust falling out of the bottom. That's the plan anyway. So I need to get this off where it's been welded before, which is peeling, so I just got to get the grinder under it and chip it and God knows what till I can get it off. A little bit here, then we'll have something to weld to close that, and then of course we're going to have to tackle this. I can put some filler in there, but I think I'll try and put a plate in and then skim it over just to keep it looking a bit here and there. That's the plan. I might even put a plate in underneath and then when I fill, but I still need to cut it a bit better than that because that is pretty rusty. Right, carry on with a bit more cleaning up. Right, things have got a little bit drastic now. I've just cut this piece out here. So I've got to work out what I'm going to do. I don't know whether to just put a panel in underneath or plate in and then skim it with some filler, or whether to try and get it in here and there. What to do, eh? But obviously this is a bit you'll see will be underneath. Going to have another hole there and there, so that piece might have to come out. I think I might tackle this one first and just see how that looks. So we'll turn the door over. That's where we cut out the piece. I've just got this little bit of tin steel to fit in there somewhere. We'll just tack that in and clean it up. Like I say, bit of filler across the top of that. That'll make that bit look a bit better, won't it? If that'll tack in there nicely, we will see. Can't see why not. Then I'll turn the door back over to do the other side. Obviously I've got to tackle these, but could really do them with a bit of filler, but it's just a bit rusty. It ain't gonna last 5 minutes. But this is only just until either I get another door or I decide to do something else. I used to really enjoy doing stuff like this, but today, whether it's because I'm not 100%, I don't know, just can't be bothered. But I made a start now, so I've got to get it done. There we go. As you can see, I'll put this piece in here. I put a piece under here as well because this is a bit thin, so I cut that. But I'll be skimming that with some filler, and like I've said 1,000 times, it's not meant to be a brilliant job, but that'll be solid, last a few years. Time we get the filler on, that'll be okay, no hole. So I think I'll move up to here next, and we'll turn the door back upside down and try and close this bottom panel. Rightio, so if you look along here, you might think, what the hell's that? Well, basically I've welded bits of steel plate to the back through here. So now, rather than just filling thin air or putting paper or something in, what people do, there'll be metal behind it and that'll last longer. We will see when we're done, but I think that's going to be better than that, for now anyway. So I've just mixed up a bit of filler. Yes, I actually mixed it up on the door, just to put in to fill the low parts of these pieces. Very rough at the minute. We'll leave that to dry, and I'll flip the door over now and tackle this underside, try and close it up a bit. That's the plan. I think in order is to go make another cup of tea while that's going off, and we'll get on with that. I did knock some of this lump out, look. I'll do a bit more, but that ain't gonna need, like I had before, filler right the way across, because this was right in. Still not perfect, but I think time we get a bit of filler in, I might pull some more out, like I said, get some filler in it, put some paint on it. It's going to look better than rust and holes. But luckily that went through. I weren't sure what had gone on there, but it didn't turn out too bad. I think time I get this all smoothened off, do it a couple more times, that'll be good enough for George, because look at the rest of him. No point in going overboard, is there? It's just going to be better. Right, cup of tea time. Right, obviously the door's turned over. Just have a look at where we're at. There's where I put that plate in the door that side. The filler will be on top. Same as these little plates here. You can see where the welds come through in places. It's only tacked to keep that metal in place for the filler. Like I say, don't know how long that'll last. A couple of years maybe, but I might get another door by then. So I've just cut this to tack onto here to strengthen this bottom piece up. Obviously I've got to fell it a little bit more, but that ain't got to look pretty because you ain't even going to see that. It's going to be underneath the door. That'll just give it more strength. You can see the inside here, this structure here is gone, but I'm not going to worry about that. Just going to clean this up a bit more and we'll get that plate what just fell on the floor onto there. Right, yeah, let's have a quick look at what we've done. Obviously the other side, and now I'll put these bottom pieces on. Yeah, they're not pretty. They ain't structural, they're just going to hold this door really from rust falling out of it and stop it shaking about. So it's all good. Just got one more piece to do, which is going to be that one, to close it off. Like I say, it's not perfect. It's okay having these gaps here because water will get in the door and that will drip out of the bottom of here. So I'm not going to worry about it. And as I said, probably get another door eventually, but it's going to be far better than it's been, as you guys know. And it's been bugging me, this door, the rust falling out of the bottom all the time, and it's obviously wiggly. So that'll do that, and I'll sort that piece out on the other side. So next job is to get that piece in. So that's that finished now, nice and solid. And that'll do for that. I'll put a bit of paint on that when I'm ready. Obviously now I'll put some filler in. I'll let that go off, can rub it down. I took most of that dent out of there, so it's not quite as bad as it was before, with a massive bit right back here. I think it's going to look better than it did, and that's the only thing I'm after really, just to make it look a bit better. Put a bit in here. What needs, it's going to need sanding and refilling a couple of times just to get it a bit smoother, but it's definitely better than it was. Obviously the bottom just needs painting. I can do that when the door's on, so I think my next job is get this door back on. That might not be as easy as you think, but we will see. See if I can get Debbie, give me a hand, get the door on. Audio. Eventually the door's back on. Been doing a bit of rubbing down on the filler, but just been thinking I don't want to do it too well, because look at the rest of George, it won't look right, and I don't want him looking prestige. So I think what I'll do is rub this a bit more, put a bit more filler in where it's got the gouges. I'll rub this off and put a bit of filler in as well, because that was a bit lumpy. I think I'll just smooth that out and just whack a bit of paint on. but it's definitely looking better, just like that. Better than them holes. Especially the bottom of the doors, you know, is all repaired. Door gaps are rubbish, but then again, they always were really bad. If anything, that's better than what it was. Not that you'd notice. As long as the door's shut, that's good enough for George. Right, a little bit more rubbing, some more filler in there. So I'll just give that a coat of black hammerite. Yep, with a paintbrush. And look how much different that looks. I think it's going to be fine. Like I say, I don't want to do too perfect a job on it, because like I say, he is a rat moggy, but he looks much better than he did with them big holes and dents in the door. Not after perfect. What's the matter, Gemini? Hello. Hello. Silly old dog. What do you think? What do you think, Gemini? Yeah, depending on how it dries up. Ain't going to do anything else, so I'm sure that's going to be fine. George will live on. So there we go, guys. I've just put some black hammerite on the door and that panel there, what we repaired the other day. We'll see how that dry up, but it's got to be better than the way George looks anyway. And after all, like I said, I'm not after anything better, just tidy up. So I think I'll end this video here. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.